fantastic. Yeah. But something happened today, actually. Unfortunately, I can't play the video by Buju Banton because it has a level of expletives in it at the same time, if I'm not and apparently Buju Banton, I think he sent down some donations to Jamaica also, and apparently there were some things which are missing as well. And he was very fuming, very angry, and he put out a video. Now the Minister Vaz, responded to the video, but first of all, he did send a message to Buju Banton and said, "Listen, you know me, you got my number, come talk to me," or whatever like that. Yeah, talk. Let me investigate, and I can do it and check to see what has happened. And he said he didn't like the message because it gave that impression with things. He said of all the different donations which are happening, of all the different shiploads which are coming through, nothing, he has got any report of anything missing to that scale of what Buju Banton was actually saying or alluding to. So the minister at the press conference today, I picked it up just at the end of it. At the press conference, he actually responded and talk about the investigation that he had. And I have the video of it here. The video of it here, this is it.
Relief flights that are coming into Norman Manley and Montego Bay and Ian Fleming means that the relief efforts will continue, especially humanitarian. Let me take time out just to indicate that there was an unfortunate post yesterday by a musician indicating that there were some wrongdoings in relation to the cargo that came for relief. While I welcome all efforts and attempts for persons to help in small, medium, and large ways, fact of the matter is that we must have an accountable system. And I want to publicly state today, without fear of contradiction, that I did an overnight investigation, including cameras and including the custom broker who handled the shipment. And I want to make it very clear that the shipment left the airport intact as it came, fully wrapped, and everything that was there left the airport in the custody of the charitable organization. It went to a warehouse in Spanish Town, which the government has no involvement in whatsoever. So as far as what we did in terms of making sure that the goods that were meant for the people, the poor suffering people, were delivered. And I want to thank all of the airport staff that continue to work so tirelessly under the worst strain and pressure to make sure that we manage all of these cargo flights in a smooth and efficient manner. I am the first one to say that it's not perfect because we are now overburdened with more flights than we normally expect. However, we are doing our best, and I'm going to ask for everybody to please just do what you are doing and do so in the best interest of the people of Jamaica, and do not cause mischief or nuisance, because I will be there to defend the government as long as it is on the seaside or the port side. Absolute rubbish was posted, and I say so without fear of contradiction. And anybody who wants, come to me and I will give you the evidence. We will investigate any case and every case because we want transparency and accountability. What we don't want is mischief and nuisance, and that's what was posted last night. God bless Jamaica.
Yeah. So you heard the minister in view of the postings by Buju Banton, and that is the person that he was referring to. And somebody asked me somebody did ask me the other day, SYLBOURNE, what is your take on the relief efforts by the government in Jamaica? And I honestly, I said, I have no view or no opinion on the matter because I'm not there in Jamaica, and it's very easy in a sense to criticize without evidence. And it's the reason why. And people may have their reservations in regards to government, but you got to actually put in, what should I say, accountability checks, checks and balances. And I believe there was some oversight committee which was supposed to be established with the PNP, and I believe that um, Philip Powell, I think they decided not to do that for some reason. I don't understand why that was the case. Um, but it's very important that we somehow try as much as possible to work together. And the bit where the minister actually said that, you know where to get me, you can contact me. It is not everybody going to be able to contact the minister. Not everybody going to have access to the minister. And I do recall one time I had an issue with a bank, and I was in Jamaica, and I was really fuming. And I went on my phone and said, I'll never ever go to this bank again, blah, 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 ray, ray, ray. My days, I was in Orchardist, Jamaica. Within 2 minutes, my phone was ringing from the UK. My phone was ringing from Jamaica, the head office, saying, Silburn, why you say that? Blah, blah, blah. You can contact me and so like that. And I said, yeah, but what about the persons who can't contact you? You know? So that's an issue. So, but what it seems like the whole thing with Buju Banton is maybe it is that the people that is a part of the whole process are the ones that maybe have taken the stuff, or maybe the stuff didn't come, or whatever like that. But we got to be very careful, and I would say also be very careful to actually um, jump on social media and to start to spew lots of things. Sometimes a lot of people, sometimes they say, I need to say this to people. I need to say this, and sometimes when they say they need to say this, maybe it is something that is for them. Maybe it is something for them that they need to deal with. It is not something for public consumption. or or they will say, God is speaking to me on something and I need to actually share this. But no, it is God is speaking to you on something that is not something for public consumption at the same time. So we got to be very careful with the tool that we have in our hand, this powerful tool which is called social media. We got to be wise, and we got to use it very strategically at the same time, because they say a tongue is like a fire, and there are words that they can describe tongue as. Tongue can be something which is very powerful. I'm trying to say? Words. They always say this again. Words in settings of silver. Words are like apples in settings of silver. So we got to choose our words very carefully as well. And that's one of the reasons why I never like to share or reshare things that people send me just because it sounds good. I always like to find the author of the whole thing. I like to find who is behind the whole thing, who is the named person behind it before I share it, because I want to hold someone accountable to say XYZ said this, and this is what they say, and this is the whole thing. So that is something that I believe strongly. So let's be very diligent in the GoFundMe. Let's be very diligent in the donation, and let us be very careful how we go about it, because at the same time we can do more harm than good. But in closing and in finally, let's talk about the air